of along the same like topics. You have like what time should you write the time down? Like when should you put the time down? Like while you're at the door, while you're in the car, when you get back to the office and guesstimate? Is that even a factor? Does that even matter to you guys?
I put it on the time when I get out of the car, so I have it on there.
Okay.
We use the timestamp to take our photos with. So we use the timestamp, because you can prove that you were there at that time. Make sure if you do a timestamp that you're in the right time zone.
That's true. So I had a situation where I got called into court because I don't know if I told this story before, but I posted these eviction papers on the house. It was for all other occupants. I got permission to post because we'd already made multiple attempts, right? We got permission from the court to post. But then I saw some movement inside and I thought, maybe I'm gonna get this personal. If I get it sub-serve, it's like a 15-day period in California. It's like a 15-day period. But if I get it personal, it's 5-day. And so my client would be more happy, right? They'd want to do it. So I posted, took a photo, everything's done. Okay, but I'm like, I'm going to circle around. I know she's going to come out and pull this off the house so the neighbors don't see it. And when she comes out, I'm going to pull up and be like, so-and-so, here's your papers, And I'd done that before. So I did that. I pulled around and when she saw me pulling up again, she ran back inside and shut the door. She left the papers on the wall and I was like, I could say it, but it's not close enough. Like I was kind of far away. So I get out of the car and I just start knocking, key on the window, like trying to get her to come out. She comes up to the window where I can see her and I can communicate with her through the window. And I said, what do you think you're doing? Like, you're not getting away because there's a window. I'm going to leave them right here. I can identify you. I can tell you their legal documents. She goes, you can't do that, all this stuff. So she gets an attorney to fight her case and says, oh, he didn't serve me. And I was like, I told him exactly what I said. I said, I informed her through the window. She ran inside the house. So I left them on the porch for her where she could see me when she was yelling at me through the window. I put them right there on the porch. And what the attorney said, yeah, you say you did that, but your date and timestamp photograph of the property was 15 minutes before you served her. And I said, that's true. But see, so in my case, there was 2 very different times from the photo and when I served her because I was waiting, right? And so he's like, but that doesn't make any sense. And he based his whole argument on this time difference. And I was like, according to California Code of Civil Procedure, CCP 415.46, I need to serve all other occupants separate from the individual. That's what the posting is for. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I don't mean anything other than what I said. And when you're in a courtroom, it's a little bit nervous and there's a bunch of people and there's attorneys, some of them my clients, they're watching me like, and having this person I don't know, attorney, trying to grill me, make me seem like I don't know what I'm doing. And so when I said that, it was almost like he was like, oh, I thought you were just some rando server that didn't know what he was talking about. And I was like, do you not understand California Code 415.46? This judge signed it on this date and I could post it. So anyway, the time differences are a big deal. And attorneys will look at every little detail, every little time to try to make you look like a liar if it's a defense attorney that's trying to quash service. Because if they can quash service, they can get rid of the whole case. They got to start over again.
So I know, Mike, like I've had a few like where I have to, usually it's businesses that I'm having to wait for because I'll put, like I said, I'll put the time, but like I do Dawn's too. Like there'll be certain ones that are timestamped. Not all of them are timestamped. But if I have to like write down the time and then I'm like waiting for like the doctor to come out that I have to serve them, if I'm waiting past 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and write a new time because that's what I have been told for by a majority of people. Like if it's within 10 minutes, it's okay. If it's longer than that, you should go ahead and put a different time.
Yeah, like well, now with Ring cameras, like they could see the exact time, and so if you said you were there at 10 o'clock, Ring said you're there at 9:50, then you lied.
Yeah.
And so what you could do though, the truth is you could say I was there, I got in my car at 10 or 9:50, whatever, and I put 10, but it said 9:50. And so if you can explain why the time is a little different, I think it might still be fine. Like it'll be up to
so I write the time like when I'm getting out of the car to go to the serve like at their house. Yeah. Like right before I walk up to the door, that's when I'm writing my time. Or sometimes I'm writing the time right when I'll take out my phone. Oh, it's 1:18 on the papers.
Yeah, but what about if you serve it?
That's what I'm saying is that'll be the time that I say I served it. Like if I knock on the door at 1:18, that's what I'm saying is when I served it. If I had to wait for them, say like nobody came out, or they're like,
Yeah.
oh, my husband's in the shower, I have to wait a few minutes. Then
Mhm.
I would put a different time of when the husband came out again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to try to be as close as you can. Yeah.
Yeah, close. Yeah, like like I said,
Mhm.
it's usually within like not more than 5 minutes. I mean, from knocking on the door, from when they answer, it's not more than usually that, except for like doctor's offices. But then I change it.
So good stuff, guys. It's a good conversation.